Hello, hockey fans. My name is David. Start this message. It's approaching 6:40 as of the time of this recording. This message on the evening of Wednesday, 13th of April, 2022, North American Eastern Time. Thought I would do this message, discuss goings on in what was last season the All Canadian Division of the NHL, better known as the North Division. So, as of the time of this recording, the Habs were scheduled to get underway in a bit under an hour in Columbus in Central Ohio against the local Blue Jackets squad. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer that the the Jets' home game against Seattle Kraken was moved to the 1st of May in the afternoon North American Eastern Time. But again, I can understand why. Very heavy dumping of snow was predicted for the south of Manitoba, and that was likely going to be in the airport, serving the main airport, serving the Greater Winnipeg area, home of the Jets, was going to be walloped. Okay, so but then, doesn't really matter. Well, yes, in some ways it does. Jets currently have 81 points in 74 games. At most, the Jets can earn 90. At most, the Jets can earn 97 points, so 16 points more than they have now. So when it comes to the Central Division, well, it's probably too late to catch the Blues and the Minnesota Wild, both with 96 points. All it needs is, each of those teams, each of the American teams I mentioned, gets 2 points, and well, forget about finishing in the top 3 in the Central. On the other hand, a wild card spot is not out of reach, but is pretty close to being out of reach. 7 points behind the Dallas Stars with 88 points in 73 games. The Nashville Predators are 1 point ahead with 89 during having played the same number of games as the Dallas Stars. So again, so the Jets probably ain't going to go anywhere this season, but it's definitely some entertaining hockey to watch down the stretch. I would go to the loss by my hometown Leafs over the Buffalo Sabres. Oh, God. Can the Leafs ever find a way to beat bottom feeders? The match effectively was, they're bottom feeders, so we shouldn't have a problem beating them. Well, no. Watch out for Owen Power, Zemgus Girgensons, and others on the team. Well, we shall see what happens, but Owen Power, watch out. He's not to be ignored. Owen Power is not to be underestimated. He played on one of the Canadian men's national teams at some point in the recent few years. I don't know. Yeah, hopefully the Leafs can get over having lost to the Sabres. Just going to take a quick look at the Leafs schedule. Schedule for the rest of the current regular season. So, alright, so I'm just going to go to games the Leafs have left over between now and, well, the end. Basically, this week, it'll be on Thursday at home against the Capitals before a weekend home and away set. On Saturday against the Ottawa Senators at the Canadian Tire Center before hosting the Islanders on Sunday. And the Philadelphia Flyers next week on Tuesday. And then, through a tour of the United States Southeast, start next week on Thursday. It'll be over in Tampa against the local Lightning squad, down in South Florida against the local Panthers squad, and on the last Sunday of April against the local Capitals squad. And with the Panthers and Capitals games back-to-back. Well, back-to-back calendar evenings, so it'll be interesting to find out how well the Leafs do. And then it's Leafs fly home, host Red Wings and Bruins to end off the season on the 26th of April, which is a Tuesday, and then on Friday the 29th. So, now what I do is, on my concern, again, so let's take a look here. Leafs only play, they play to be 3 non-playoff teams, so it'll be interesting to find out how the Leafs do. Leafs tend to do better against playoff-bound teams versus those that are not. Well, 4, excuse me. So kind of an even number. 1, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 4 games against non-playoff teams, 5 against teams that are likely to qualify if they haven't already. So now what I'm going to do is go through the Oilers' blowout loss. All right, first I go is let's recap how the Leafs did against the Buffalo Sabres. It was a 5-2 loss, and so against Buffalo Sabres, Morgan Riley got 2 assists, Pierre Engvall got 1. Kerfoot and Liljegren scored goals, but did not assist on any. Nylander assisted on another, and nobody else did much of anything. Eric Shalgren, backing up Jack Campbell, who was back up to him in the game, ended up being tagged for all 4 goals. Well, 4 of the goals allowed, the other one an empty netter on 27 shots against. Not great. But again, we shall see what happens with the Leafs. Now we go to the Oilers, and a much more concerning loss, 8-5-1 blowout one to the Minnesota Wild in the Minneapolis, St. Paul metro area, whatever that is. So in that game, there was only 1 goal. That was scored by Leon Draisaitl, assisted by Tyson Berry and Zach Hyman. Nobody else got a point. Even Connor McDavid was held pointless. So, definitely not very good. So, I thought I would do is go to what the Oilers have in store down the stretch. So, on Thursday it'll be, continuation in the United States, in the U.S., contiguous U.S., but it'll be going down to the south to face off against the local Predators squad in Tennessee. For heading home to play against Golden Knights on Saturday this weekend, and then next week on Wednesday and Friday, respectively, against Dallas Stars and Colorado Avalanche. Then then it'll be a tour of the U.S. Midwest, hitting the road to play the Blue Jackets in Central Ohio, and then in the western part of neighboring Pennsylvania to play the Penguins. So that'll be 24th, 26th of April, respectively, Sunday and Tuesday, before ending off the season, hosting the Sharks on 28th of April, which is Thursday, and 29th, the Canucks. So, it's going to be rather important for the Oilers to win those games, or at least a whole bunch of them, because, again, look at the Oilers, and they're not, things are not looking at, they're looking okay. They have, after all, earned 15 points in their last 10, as opposed to 10 earned by the LA Kings, even though the Oilers sit just 2 points up on the Kings for second in the Pacific Division. And the Golden Knights have 85 and 74, so the Oilers still have to watch out for them. Then the Canucks have won 4 in a row, 82 points over 74 games. So if the Oilers aren't careful, they could drop down. Yeah, the Canucks are not likely to, to make a playoff spot. It's just probably too far out at this point. Yes, anything can happen, but the Oilers have got to be careful because they aren't, they got some playoff teams that, teams that are either in playoff spots or near them. So, Predators in a playoff spot. Golden Knights are near. Stars are near. All are in, but they're on the bubble. Colorado Avalanche are in. Blue Jackets won't be going, but the Penguins look like they will be going. The only question will be, as it is the Eastern Conference, where the Penguins end up finishing in the top 3 spot, the Metro Division, or drop down to 4th. Sharks are not a playoff team. The Canucks, as of now, are in the hunt, but have not dropped out yet. So basically, against teams that are near in playoff spots, you Oilers face Predators, Golden Knights, Stars, Avs, Penguins, and Canucks. So 6 games out of how many they're in? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 6 out of 8 games are against teams that are in playoff spots or close enough to them that they may still get in. So if the Oilers aren't careful and lose a whole bunch of those games, yeah, things could get dicey. And Elliotte Friedman, Sportsnet hockey analyst, claimed in February after the firing of Dave Tippett that if the Oilers did not get into if the Oilers didn't get into the playoffs, Ken Holland, GM of the Oilers, would be on the hot seat and possibly be let go. Yes, I know that TSN Scrum director Craig Button claimed, in response to the firing of Dave Tippett, it was on an episode of Leaks Lunch 1050, Toronto-based TSN 1050 Radio's lunchtime show, that the Oilers have, Ken Holland had the wrong idea, and that goaltending should have been the focus. Now, there's no doubt that Koskinen on Tuesday let in 2 ugly goals. On the second and third Minnesota Wild goals were ugly ones. Couldn't be adequately explained by the factors. They were just plain ugly goals. Koskinen should have stopped those shots, but even if he had, the Oilers would have lost because Drysdale showed up for 1 goal. David didn't show for any. So, in other words, I would say that I'm more concerned about the Oilers' chance of making the playoffs than the Leafs' chance of success within it. I mean, yeah, the Oilers and Leafs have problems, but the Oilers also have to worry about clinching. The Leafs have clinched a playoff spot. It's a question of how far they can get in, and they can make the noise beyond just the first round. That's the problem. For the Leafs, the Oilers, well, we shall see what happens. But again, for Elliotte Friedman, I can understand the point of view about that the Oilers had to do something after 4-0 and 4-1 losses right out of the All-Star break. But again, we shall see what happens. It'll be interesting to find out if the Oilers manage to get in the postseason, or if they do, if they can get beyond the first round, or even win more than 1 game at a time. During the pandemic, the Oilers have only won 1 playoff game. That was in their own bubble in the summer 2020. 4-game series that was part of the best of 5. Best of 7 series, the Oilers ended up being swept by the Jets. So it's going to be interesting to find out if the Oilers can, first of all, get into the postseason, which looks good if they don't go into a tailspin. But if they don't, there could be some big changes afoot in Central Alberta oil country. Anyway, I'm going to go back and watch the Habs, see how they do. I respect the Habs very much for the accomplishments they have. Hopefully, more Canadian NHL teams win Stanley Cups. Not that there haven't any since the Oilers in 1990, but we shall see what happens during this postseason. It's going to be interesting. We have lots of hockey to watch. Anyway, go Leafs, go.